In the last 3 weeks, the number of new coronavirus cases and deaths has declined and the spread of the pandemic in most of the states has stabilized, Niti Aayog member VK Paul said. He also emphasized that there is a possibility of a second wave of COVID-19 in the winter season. Also read, Gov panel says COVID-19 peak over but festive laxity winters can lead to 26 lakh new cases within month. Top points. Paul, who is also the chief of an expert panel coordinating efforts to tackle the pandemic in the country, in an interview to PTI said that once the COVID-19 vaccine is a Also read, domestic travel latest news, Indigo to charge ₹100 service fee if passengers opt for check-in at airport counters. In India, the new coronavirus cases and the number of deaths have declined in the last 3 weeks and the pandemic has stabilized in most of the states. Also read, with he is heading the National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19 (NEGVAC). According to him, India is in a somewhat better position now, but the country still has a long way to go because 90% of the people are still susceptible to coronavirus infections. On whether India could see a second wave of coronavirus infections in the winter, Paul said that with the onset of winter, countries across Europe are seeing a resurgence of COVID-19 cases. We cannot rule out a second coronavirus wave this winter in India. Things can happen and we are still learning about the virus, Paul noted. According to a BBC report, that if we go by history we should certainly be on guard. The report said back in the Middle Ages the Black Death came in waves, so too did later outbreaks of bubonic plague. In 1918, the Spanish flu devastated the populations. It is believed that the second wave of pandemic killed substantially more people than the first. Although, the BBC report clearly states that no two viruses are the same, and no epidemics of infectious diseases behave the same way. But the infectious diseases spread when people will have the infection come into contact with people who don't. The report elaborated that the outbreak will continue to grow as long as the average number of people infected by a person with the virus is greater than 1. Norms including social distancing, contact tracing will be a method that will be part of our lives for some time to come. With inputs from PTI, for breaking news and live news updates, like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Read more on latest lifestyle news on India.com. Topics: Black Death, bubonic plague, coronavirus, COVID-19 norms, health, infections, lifestyle, Niti Aayog, second wave of coronavirus in India, Spanish flu, VK Paul, published date, October 18, 2025, 13 p.m. IST. Please support us to grow my channel by subscribing and pressing the bell icon for future interesting lifestyle videos.